Hello everyone, and welcome back to a very special Elden Ring video, where I have taken my level 13 build, and we are becoming Elden Lord, despite what Gideon says of no Tarnished being able to become Elden Lord. We have Oleg, and Oleg is not a Tarnished. He is the one who's carrying this team. Um, so here I am beating up Sean Bean, and Lightning Spear is my spell of choice because it is fast and can poise break, so I don't get spammed with golden onion rings in the face, or those. Because Sir Gideon, the all spamming, is not trivial at this level. However, I can madness him through walls, so, and probably from my PvP videos, you know that Mike's War Spear is, it's a favorite of mine. I ended up using it quite a bit in my first playthrough, which I just did offline even, so I wasn't even using the madness in PvP. I was just poking people and jumping around and, lighting trees on fire with it. But thankfully here, Oleg has way more health than I do, and can stand right next to Gideon, and the two of us can just cause him to go a little bit crazy, which deals an absolute ton of damage to him, and keep poise breaking him so that way he's not casting a ton of spells, even though he absolutely is. And here, at this point, if I didn't say it in the Malekith video, I've gone crazy on defensive talismans. We've got Ritual Shield. For this one, I think it is mostly just the magic +2 talisman, but I've got for Horaloo, I absolutely have the Dragon Crest Great Shield, Ritual Shield. And for Radigan and Elden Beast, it's Dragon Crest, Ritual Shield, the Haligdrake +2 Talisman, and the Radigan's Icon, just so I can hold all of my stuff. And we're absolutely summoning Nephilim for this. We have no qualms about some nice L2 spam, and working our way to the second most, well, I think Elden Beast and Radigan might have been a bit more difficult, but they did take less lives than Malekith. They took about, like, 50-ish attempts, where Malekith approached 100. Godfrey and Gideon were unworthy of the throne by comparison. But here, Oleg, as you can see, Oleg and Nephilim have pretty much 100% attracted his attention, and I'm okay with that. I'm absolutely just going to take advantage and spam the mean knife. And there I can be in the air and dodge the stomps, which is actually pretty amazing. So I'm going to use that to my advantage whenever I can. And those stomps do take up the entire arena, so it is definitely worth it to get on to phase 2. And because Oleg is a slightly larger summon, Oleg is not, sadly that I wasn't able to take advantage of that poise break at all, which stinks. But Oleg is not able to get grappled. He can get a lot of damage done to him, but unlike Nephilim and myself, Horaloo can't grab Oleg and power slam him into the ground, which is amazing. So that allows me to keep spamming as we get ever closer to the fight, that is the actual climactic part of this video. And you all know exactly what I'm going to do when I obtain the throne of Elden Lord, and it is going to be get the Sacred Relics or start invading, because it's my reward for doing this challenge build. Now here I'm just trying to proc Frost, but however he has a lot of invincibility frames during the grapples, and it's just not working out very well, so I just finish off here with the knife. And now we move on to where I died second most in this entire run. It took a lot of strategizing. I needed to be on point. I had to physic up with the O-plane hardtail and regen first, just because of all the projectiles having a little bit of random scatter. They are a lot harder to dodge than Elden Beast, so I'm using the O-plane hardtail here, and then the wall in Elden Beast's fight is Elden Stars. So get that out of the way with the initial chip, and then the Black Knife is going to be going away until the start of the Elden Beast fight. And here I have an uninfused Ant Spur Rapier. Now, the lack of infusion is very important, because that means I can put rot grease on this, because Radagon, despite being the first phase of the final boss, can still be infected by Scarlet Rot, which probably has some very big narrative implications that I have no idea what they actually are. So, we're going to absolutely take advantage of that and hit him with Black Flame and keep him rotted throughout the fight. And here I go for a charged Black Fireball, because the Black Flame does a lot of poise damage, and the charged ones do even more, so this way I can get a stagger and try and keep Oleg as healthy as possible. Just because Radagon beats him down, but not having him in this part would make this phase 1 be much harder and take much longer than it does, and this is not an easy fight. And then for Elden Beast, it is really, as you can see, Oleg is going to make the ultimate sacrifice so that I can sit on the throne for it. And here I am swapping over to Black Flame Tornado, which does more damage than either the Black Knife or Black Fireball. Now, I did not calculate it, but I think the combination of that chip plus a fireball is a little bit more than a Black Flame Tornado for the beginning, and it's very safe. And now we are in the fight with a giant Dragon Tree Spirit gold thing that is holding my sword. It's not his sword, it's my sword. And we know that because I'm the narrator, and I can spoil that I win this fight in this video, even though I absolutely make it look like I throw several times later. And that me living there is brought to you by a bunch of defensive talismans. Thank you, Godric's Great Rune, and a bunch of defense. And this swap will come into play much later, although originally done for to try and survive Elden Stars, just because it is absolutely a nightmare, even normally, to deal with Elden Stars. But when all of my defense dies, when I lose, well, not all my defense, but when I lose a significant chunk of defense, and their Oleg kind of blocked the camera, and I got a little bit flustered, but we get a huge attack off, dodge roll out of there, and we are about ready to go into the next stage of this fight. But yeah, Elden Star is really difficult to dodge. As you can see, Oleg is making the sacrifice so that I can get to the chair first. We all know that Oleg's the real Elden Lord of this playthrough. But thank you, Oleg, for aggroing Elden Stars, so I did not have to dodge it. And that was the first time that happened out of probably like a dozen-ish attempts that made it to Elden Beast. And, so, yeah, Radagon was absolutely the more lethal of the two in terms of, of taking my health. Because there are just these, although Elden Beast has can hit like a truck, I think it's the combination of split damage and the times where Elden Beast can just stand still, and I can use Black Flame Tornado. And I did not know that I could hit that before this particular fight. So I'm very thankful I could get it. I think it was like an extra 800 damage in with tapping Elden Beast's tail. So yeah. And as you can see, I'm out of Crimson Flasks. So yes, it absolutely looks like I'm kind of throwing, but I am doing my best, and I am absolutely nervous in the middle of this because this is the furthest I have gotten in this fight out of all of my attempts. And watch this soft swap. Perfect Bloodhound stab. Yeah, so could I have just dodged that normally? Probably. But we're about planning and execution on this YouTube channel, not major reflexes. So one jar snack later, and Elden Beast has fallen. Yeah. So I hope all of you have enjoyed all the strategy and everything that I've done in the low-level boss fights. This was an absolute blast to make. I really love this series, and I'm absolutely taking this build into the DLC. And as you can see, at this point in the moment, I forgot how to turn off the HUD so I could get a good screenshot just because I was so excited about beating this fight and completing the challenge run. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed all the low-level boss fights, and I hope to catch you in some Sacred Relic Sword Invasion videos. Have a awesome day. See ya!